narcissism. Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist.
It feels like Jimmy Kimmel has become the main joke on his own show, and it is super funny. Watching his closest friends tease him so badly makes you wonder if he even has any true friends in the business. The funniest part is that he kind of deserves it, since he acts like the leader of woke culture. It's pure comedy when his own buddies make fun of him right there on his stage. Bill Burr, especially, throws one of the sharpest jokes in this moment.
Narcissists, sociopaths, all of this type of stuff. Like, you want to see a great case thing on, like, narcissism. Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist. Neutral energy.
Yeah. You think he'd go away?
You know what I think he was? I think he was a one-hit wonder. Right? He wrote the twist. And then that was it. He was on the casino circuit, and then you idiot liberals wrote him twist again when you indicted him. Yeah. Now he's a martyr. And now he's coming back, Jimmy.
Temperament twist.
He's coming back.
I'm not saying Bill Burr is some secret Trump supporter or hiding as a conservative. He is openly a left-leaning guy and doesn't try to hide it. But here's the surprise. Sometimes even people on the left end up saying a hard truth. Burr pointed out something that many people don't want to admit. It was the liberals themselves who made Trump such a big deal. Their endless attacks on him only made him more famous. They kept adding criminal charges, thinking it would stop him from running again. But instead of destroying him, it gave him even more attention. Each headline and case made him bigger. In the end, they gave Trump more spotlight than Kamala Harris, turning him into a political force they couldn't shut down, no matter how hard they tried.
Can't believe, like, these are honestly going to be our two choices, because I really try to, with each thing, to try to be like, figure out who I'm going to put. I mean, it's got to be, I want somebody in their 40s, somebody that's going to have to live with their decisions. I don't want, like, with any luck, they'll both die of natural causes. And maybe you could get somebody that still has something to live for.
Wow.
For Bill Burr, this should have been easy. He's a comedian who leans left, after all. But it wasn't that simple. When he had to choose between Trump and Harris, he didn't give a straight answer. That hesitation showed something deeper. On the surface, he made it into a joke about both candidates being old, which was also a clever dig at Biden himself. But under the joke, his frustration was clear. Burr was tired of the Biden team's endless push of woke ideas. Like many others, he didn't want another 4 years of things that don't match with tradition, common sense, or even basic logic. His comment wasn't just a joke. It showed a bigger cultural exhaustion that more and more people are starting to feel.
Bill Burr is here. He means no harm.
How long you been wearing suits? You're supposed to unbutton the coat when you sit down.
No, that's not
bugging me the whole time.
All right, I'll unbutton everything. More Bill Burr after this. We'll be right back.
Jimmy Kimmel looked really uncomfortable as Bill Burr started throwing truth bombs that cut right through Hollywood's fake bubble. You could see the nerves all over him. He kept moving in his seat, pulling at his suit, and wishing for a quick commercial break. He had invited Burr, expecting the usual safe bash Trump routine that late-night shows always use. But what he didn't expect was Burr flipping the whole thing around. Instead of joining the script, Burr started mocking the very narrative Kimmel depends on. His raw and direct comments didn't just ignore the script, they ripped it to pieces. That's why Kimmel looked so shaken. He thought he was bringing on a friendly guest, but instead, he got a comedian brave enough to joke about the very system Kimmel lives off. Burr turned the spotlight, leaving Kimmel stuck in the tension he was trying to avoid.
We saw the dismissal of a very well-known chat show host in America last night, Kimmel. Free speech more under attack in Britain or America?
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
In the end, ABC cut ties with Jimmy Kimmel, and just like what happened with Stephen Colbert, it wasn't shocking at all. His ratings had been dropping for a long time, and TV is still a business. Once a show starts losing millions every year, no amount of politics or fame can save it. Some people say Kimmel's fall came from always attacking Trump or making fun of MAGA fans. But controversy alone doesn't end a career. Audience numbers do. When viewers stop watching, advertisers pull out and networks start counting money. Kimmel was no longer a star bringing in viewers. He was a risk. ABC made the only choice that made sense. They cut their losses. In the end, it wasn't the Trump jokes that ended him. It was the ratings. And ratings don't lie.
After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. This is precisely the kind of government coercion that the First Amendment was designed to prevent, and media companies need to start standing up rather than capitulating to it.
Since when did Barack Obama decide to act like a critic of cancel culture? This is the same man who stayed quiet during its strongest years, while comedians, public figures, politicians, and even normal people were being destroyed for disagreeing with far-left ideas. Back then, Obama never warned about the dangers of silencing people. He didn't say anything against the mob, and he never challenged the government while his party was in power. His silence said everything. But now, with politics shifting, Obama suddenly finds his voice. Suddenly, cancel culture is a problem, just not when it was helping his side. It's too convenient and very obvious. He only speaks against cancel culture now that it no longer works for him.
Little Jimmy Kimmel thought he was bigger than Disney, bigger than Mickey Mouse. Charlie Kirk's body isn't even buried, and ABC affiliates are refusing to air his show. They're on the brink of an advertiser boycott, and this guy's not even in first place. And he says, let's go another round. So the boss said, take a breather, Jimmy. You're costing us a fortune and making us look like we don't have a conscience.
By this point, viewers were already sick of Jimmy Kimmel's constant rants about MAGA. Night after night, his opening monologue stopped being comedy and turned into boring Trump-bashing speeches. Instead of telling jokes, he pushed away half the country. What used to be late-night fun turned into political lectures, and people stopped watching. But then Kimmel made comments that went beyond his normal routine. This time, it wasn't just another Trump jab. It crossed a line people couldn't ignore. Even his longtime defenders couldn't make excuses. The thin line between edgy comedy and reckless words was gone. In that moment, Kimmel sealed his fate. He hadn't just tested limits. He had gone too far, past the point of no return.
This is not about free speech. This is about free market. On free speech, Jimmy Kimmel isn't losing his ability to speak out and say whatever the heck he wants. He could run the Substack just like his friends Don Lemon, Jim Acosta, Joy Reid, Chuck Todd, and say whatever's on his mind there. The difference is he's not going to get paid $15, $16 million a year from Disney and ABC to do it. I mean, here's the thing. This was a last straw moment for Disney, ABC, the affiliates Nexstar, and Sinclair.
Jimmy Kimmel just wasn't giving ABC the results they wanted for all the money they put in. Like many other late-night hosts, he went all in on politics, turning his show into a nightly anti-Trump lecture. The problem is simple. Once you push away millions of viewers, they're not coming back. No joke or apology can fix it. What's left is the same small group of like-minded fans that every other political comedian is already fighting for. Instead of growing his audience, Kimmel just split the same small pie into even smaller slices. His downfall wasn't bad luck. It was the natural result of burning bridges and locking himself into an audience too small to keep him on air.
All of this screaming about the First Amendment and free speech is driving me crazy. People seem to think that the First Amendment allows every individual to say whatever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want. That's not what the First Amendment does. What the First Amendment does is provides that Congress can make no law to prohibit you from speaking. It does not say that you can't get fired for saying some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It does not say that. And so Jimmy Kimmel, as you've said, has not been silenced. This is not chilling.
This woman ripped apart Trump's critics and showed how weak their arguments often are. Too many people wave around the First Amendment without even knowing what it really means. The amendment only stops the government from limiting free speech. It doesn't cover what private companies or sponsors decide for their workers. If a network or brand thinks someone's words hurt their image, they have every right to act. That's not censorship, it's business. In Jimmy Kimmel's case, hiding behind the First Amendment is not only silly, it doesn't even apply. The government didn't silence him. The same industry that once lifted him up just decided he wasn't worth it anymore. And the truth is simple. If you can't bring ratings, money, or respect, the network can drop you. Kimmel's downfall wasn't because of one joke or one rant. It was years of pushing away half the country, relying too much on woke politics, and becoming less funny season after season. People can explain it however they want, but the truth is clear. He stopped being funny, and he stopped being profitable. Networks don't care about loyalty, they care about numbers. And once his numbers crashed, so did his safety net. Whether it was Bill Burr calling him out, critics pointing to his failures, or viewers leaving, the message was the same. Kimmel's time is over. Hollywood has already moved on, leaving no space for his comeback. And that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you'll know when the next video is out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.